right? إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. The only Sahabi who has narrated this hadith is Umar radiallahu anhu. Only one Sahabi. And he teaches it to others, but only one person has recorded taking this hadith from him. Yeah, Al-Qama. And Al-Qama, only one person has been narrated taking this hadith from Muhammad ibn Ibrahim. So you got one Sahabi, and only one student has been reported taking this hadith. And so you have 20 versions of this hadith. How can you have 20 versions of this hadith, different wordings, when the only companion that narrated this was Umar? So did the Prophet ﷺ say this hadith to Umar 20 different times with 20 different wordings? That's very unlikely. That seems very, very far-fetched. The only explanation would be that when people began to narrate this to their students, they would narrate it in meaning, and they weren't very particular about the exact words. However, certain hadiths we know have been preserved word for word, most likely. Like, for example, the famous hadith, dua is the essence of worship. So the dua is essence of worship. This is like what they call the jawami al-kalim, like a really kind of like a comprehensive hadith, which the wording as well, it's very sort of like a rhyming wording as well. What I found was there's actually 3 types of narrations that are word for word. The supplications, right, and adhan. So dua, like dua is when you eat food, or when you go to sleep, or when you go for Hajj, or when you leave your house, when you mount a vehicle. Adhan, the words of the adhan, we know these are the exact ones that the Prophet ﷺ narrated. Number 2 is letters and treaties that were written to various people in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, those that are still preserved. Those are the exact words, because those are the exact, obviously, copies. And number 3, short narrations from the Jawami al-Kalim. Right, so Jawami al-Kalim simply means those short, snappy phrases the Prophet ﷺ said, which held lots of deep meaning inside of it. Like you might have heard some of them. For instance, like religion is wanting good for your brother, or the world is a prison for the believer. So these kind of are like most likely are the exact words of the Prophet ﷺ. Majority of narrations that we have now are not the exact words of the Prophet ﷺ. They are the meaning, right, that has been projected. So there were companions who actually allowed narration by meaning, and I've listed on the screen. These are some of the names for this. And there were companions who were totally against it. They were very strict on the exact wording. And these are some of the names of companions who were for this. So you have 2 camps now. You got 2 camps of companions. One camp is saying you have to narrate the exact words, and one camp is saying no, you don't have to narrate the exact words, because the religion has been preserved, and these are like just adding extra, enhancing what we already have. Okay, so tabi'in who were for and against as well, right? So on the blue one are those tabi'in who were for, narrating with meaning, and on the right hand side, Qasim ibn Sirin, Raja bin Haywa, they were against. They said no, you had to narrate the hadith exactly word for word.